Hi, welcome to the video. There's a dog. So I've learned that I'm terrible and I interrupt people a lot, but I also hadn't slept at all. And also, hi Tiff. I know it's been like 2 months since we recorded this. Whoopsies. Well, here it is. Okay, enjoy the video. Hello. This is Tiff.
Hi.
They, them, and he if you want. They, them, and whatever. It looks so funny. So
What if I just pull it way up?
You answered what, a week after I did? I was November 17th.
I was December 7th, so I was a few weeks behind.
Okay, so I was a couple weeks behind. Different surgeons. We both had what, double mastectomy, masculinization of the chest.
Oh, you actually had masculinization
That's
too?
what they said they were doing, and I was like, okay, because the anesthesiologist was like, what are you doing? And I was like, double mastectomy with the dumb masculine, off with the titties. And he was like this like stern Indian dude. But he definitely went up. We were like the first one, and like they said on my Zoom appointment before, when medical assistant was like, oh, you can do that and they can tape it. And he was like, that's gonna come out. But yeah, like I go like armpit to armpit, drain.
My name's like,
yeah, because I go all the way, because I still got numb. Yeah. And all the way.
Mine's still like, I got stretched here where my drain was, because my drain was actually like part of my incision.
Okay, yeah, mine was under.
But also, mine used, what did he call them? I'll remember as soon as we're not recording. Mm-hmm. But like a different kind of drain, so I didn't have like the tubes and the bulbs.
Yeah, you had the like colostomy bag.
No.
Looking thing.
No.
What did it look like? Was it inside your wrap or what was?
I just had like a little inch of tube that stuck out, and then like dressing. And
there wasn't like a bag for it to leak into?
No.
Just like went out into your bandages?
Uh-huh.
And you couldn't take that off?
You were supposed to like leave it for 5 days, and if you needed to change it out, you're just supposed to like move the compression vest and pull out the dressing and
put a new one in.
Put it in. But the problem was that the first night I just like bled through the compression vest and onto the sheets. And so like the compression vest was disgusting.
Because I didn't get like a lot of like, I didn't have any like bleeding, because they made me stay at the hospital for 3 hours afterward to make sure nothing bled or bubbled.
Oh, see,
because they just like sent you out the door, didn't they?
Yeah, I woke up and they were like, all right, great, you're awake. And then next thing I knew, which, I mean, granted, my perception of time was a little skewed, but like...
Yep, drugs.
But like, I woke up sitting up in a chair.
I was fucking in bed. Like,
no, I never had a bed.
You never had a bed?
No, like...
I had my own room.
This was like... Did you ever have your wisdom teeth out?
Yeah. It's like when they put you to sleep in the chair and you woke up in a different room, just like...
Yeah, it was like that. Like, I went in, and I waited like 15 minutes, and then they called me back, and Wes and I went into the office with the surgeon and, like, chatted with him. He was great. And then, like, moved from... He was like, okay, kiss your partner goodbye. And so did that. He took me over into the next room and had me like gown up. I was allowed to leave on everything below the waist.
I had to be totally naked, bro.
Yeah, most people do.
I got calved too. Did you get calved?
No.
I'm pretty sure I got calved. Because I was under 3 hours. How long were you? Do you know how long yours was?
About 3.
Yeah, because they said 3 to 6. But
it might have been because you were up to 6, and mine was like 2.5 to 3.
Oh, okay. They were like 3 is the absolute shortest.
3 was that.
But I did, but they done all the way across, and I had the dissolving stitches. You know, like the little plastic staples, like that remind me of the pizza box.
The plastic ones are still like, they're not actually plastic.
And they're so they're like biodegradable?
They're supposed to be, but they keep...
Okay, so they are dissolving.
Yeah, they just keep spitting though. But like, yeah, he had me go over to the other room, and he just like took one final picture and started doing all of the like drawings and stuff. And then he was like, okay, are you ready to go to the next room? And I was like, yeah, okay. I walked in there, and it was like the operating suite, and I laid down on this like little narrow cot thing, and it was like a Jesus bed.
I didn't see my arms going out in Jesus time. They rolled me in, because they started the mat, some of them, and then they moved me to like a room for the anesthesiologist to use like the ultrasound or whatever to do the blocks, and I thought I was gonna feel the blocks because they did nerve blocks on each side.
Oh, I didn't get nerve blocks.
And then started me on. That's when I got the nerve blocks. Then that's when they gave me the fentanyl. And then I kind of vaguely remember being moved into the surgery room, but not really. Like, I think I might have been awake to help transfer beds, but I'm not totally sure. And then I came to back in my room where my mom was just sitting there crocheting for hours. And then she'd sit there another 3 hours. We got to the thing at like 5:30 a.m. or 6 a.m. or whatever.
Oh,
that was
shit.
the first surgery, which is what you want. And then they gave me more Tramadol before I left the hospital.
That's the nausea stuff, right?
That is like a super narcotic.
Wow.
And then
I was on ibuprofen when I left.
they gave me ibuprofen and Tylenol that was there, or one of them, and then told me to take the next one. But they gave me another Tramadol before I left. And they sent me home with one. I already had the prescription at home, maybe?
I had a prescription for Percocet, and they told me to pick it up before surgery. So I had Percocet at home.
No, I think I already had I know I had a narcotic that I don't even know. We might have taken it back to the pharmacy, or maybe it's in my shelf somewhere.
Yeah, I still
But I
have
only
some.
took like 2 of them, and then I was like every 3 hours Motrin and 3 hours Tylenol.
Wes
and
told
then-
me that I had to take mine for 3 days.
After 24 hours off of the narcotic, I could do edibles again.
Yeah, I was allowed to do edibles. My surgeon was like really pro THC. He was just sort of like, you can do whatever you want for pain management. If that looks like cannabis, cool. If that looks like Percocet, cool. If that looks like having a glass of red wine and going to sleep, that's also cool. He was like, I had a shoulder surgery, and like that was my pain management. He's like, just don't mix things. I was like, that's fair.
That's fair.
But my partner made me take the Percocet for 3 days because he was like, you are not going to get behind the pain, and since you have EDS and your like pain perception's not very good.
What was it like having someone taking care of you who'd had top surgery? Well, I guess you can't compare it to like.
I can't
not-
compare,
to
but
not.
he didn't have anyone taking care of him.
That's so scary.
So like, yeah, he was on his own at that
I like
point.
can't do shit. Did he have animal too?
Yeah, he had Eddie, the cat.
Damn. We kept the dog behind the gate for like a few days before she like stayed calm enough to like be allowed in short spurts to lay by me on the couch.
Yeah, and Eddie is not really, I don't know where he is, but he's
Yeah.
not really very like snuggly
Yeah.
cat. So
Well, cats are. Well, the drains. They said you gotta watch out for like cats and
'cause
babies
the
to rip
tubes.
the tubes out.
Mm.
I almost lost my tube when I fell down the stairs. A little bit. I slipped on the back of my robe and fell down the top like 3 or 4 stairs. And my mom was like, "How many times have I told you to not try to come down here?" And then I was like, "It's fine." And then, bloop, bloop, and I was like, "Ah!" And like, my drain almost caught the top of the pole. And I was like, "Ah!" I was more worried
Oh
about
my
the
God.
drains coming out than me falling down the stairs.
So like,
And my mom was like, "I told you to rest." And I was like, "Ah."
yeah, this one was really, really tight. Like I had a stitch that was super, super tight.
Ouchie.
And it was really painful. When I went back for my 5-day, I was like, this drain is really painful. And he was like, it looks fine. Like it looks normal. And I was like, okay. And it just kept getting worse because the longer it was too tight, the more swollen it got. And the more swollen it got, like the worse. And it was like biting into my skin.
Ouch.
And a friend of mine who has some like medical training, I was like, hey, can you help me with this?
Help.
And she was like, yeah, come over and I'll clip it. She clipped that stitch for me that was holding the drain in place. But Wes actually took my drains out for me on my day.
Dang.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went and like I barely even felt the first one. I was like, "Are you gonna do it?" She's like, "It's already out." And so
Yeah.
then I kind of could feel the other one when the left one came out, but the left one was a bigger problem. Mine had like an antibiotic like patch, like a little ring.
No, it would have been great if I did. I might not have gotten an infection.
I had the little patch. And my friend, who went to the same office, different surgeon, he's like, I don't know, almost 3 or 4 years out, maybe, or 2. At least 2. Yeah, I think at least 2 years out. And he had to wear his binder for like 2 months after. And when my drains came out like 8 days after or whatever, she was like, no, you don't need that. You can throw that thing out. And I threw my binder. I had like the Velcro, the white one.
Oh, yeah,
It was dirty and it had spaghetti sauce stains on it, so I threw it right in the trash in the office room at the hospital.
I've still got mine. I don't wear the vest so much because it was really uncomfortable.
But I never wore a binder before I woke up in one.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't bind. No tea. No desire to be on tea.
Yeah.
I feel like my chin hairs have come in faster, and I'm like, what? But that doesn't have any effect.
Well, but you had estrogen receptors in your breast tissue.
Oh.
It doesn't produce estrogen, but there are receptors there. Because, yeah, afterwards I was like, I have chest hair?
It's been like I already had like chin hair issues from my grandma, but maybe I'm just like noticing it more because I was just laying there, bored out of my mind.
Could be.
The boredom. I wasn't prepared for the boredom. I was prepared for it to hurt more, but I wasn't prepared to be bored because I was like, I'll be able to crochet and like play on my Switch, and it was like too exhausting for the first like several days to even like hold the fucking Joy-Cons and play a game.
Yeah, I pretty much slept for the first 3 days.
Yeah, I
think
the first few days it was easy to just sleep for like 20 hours a day.
But I was having trouble like staying in bed because aforementioned EDS means I don't feel pain the way a normal person does.
I feel too much pain with fibro.
See, I'm in a lot of pain, but it's just normal.
Yeah, like I think probably why like I didn't like notice as much of the pain is because how much relief I had from my back from 12 pounds of titty being gone.
Yeah.
Because every day it's like, I want to rip my spine out. I want to rip my spine out. And no longer, I'm like, oh, it like is sore, but I'm not like, I've only had like 1 or 2 times since then where I'm like, I want to rip my spine out instead of several times a day.
Yeah, I had 8 pounds and my neck has been more comfortable.
Oh yeah, and I'm like, I still haven't worked on like, I'm still kind of doing the like protective hold and I already slouched, but people are like, oh, are you like up and out? And I'm like, no, I haven't done any chest workouts. Look at this beautiful angle.
It's lovely. Beauty standards have changed throughout history and over cultures. The belly is fine.
I just looked at the thing and I was like, ooh. The little one in my shirt.
Bloop, bloop, bloop.
Well, and then I have like the other little scar underneath.
Yeah.
It used to be up higher. Or was it?
Did it migrate?
Or where was it? Well, it was where like bra hits seatbelt. But like, because they cut away a bunch of. Because I swear these stretch marks are new. Like, because stretch marks like get color. I feel like I got
they can.
ones in like a different direction.
I think I had stretch marks for a hot second.
Because I had lots of stretch marks, but these ones have like the color in them.
Do you ever get itchy on like parts of your chest that don't exist anymore?
Yeah, or where I was like, is it my incision or am I having phantom nipple pain? Like, have you had phantom nipple pain?
I've not had phantom nipple pain, but there was one day I was doing the dishes, like, I don't know, a week out or something, and I was just stir crazy, and so I was like, I have to do some dishes or I'm gonna die and like not feel like a human. So I was doing dishes, and Wes came over and like kissed my neck and just gave me like goosebumps, and I was like, somewhere in a dumpster near Detroit, my nipples are hard. It's like some raccoon gnawing on it. I'm like, this is a pepperoni, and
I'm like, well, they should burn it, right? As medical
I'm
waste?
sure they do.
They throw it out. I'm like, they burn it.
I think they burn it, but I really like the image of like my boobs in a dumpster.
A raccoon, just like
little raccoon, yeah.
I need fat for the winter.
And sometimes like just the numb part gets itchy, which feels like that shouldn't.
My worst is like my drain holes.
My drain holes were really itchy when I had drains in them.
And like
But
just
they're not bad
feeling
now.
the plastic in there when you tried to move and like not being able to be on your side was like.
I had my drains for 2 weeks.
Hell, I don't know how you fucking did that. I would have lost my goddamn mind.
Well, I texted aforementioned friend with medical training and was like sending her pictures and things as I was healing.
Lost my mind.
And she has experience with Penrose drains. That's what they're called.
Okay.
She has experience with Penrose drains because of the field she works in. And I was like, so let's say in a hypothetical world that like on day number 12 instead of 14, I was shaving my armpits in the shower and just like lost control of the razor and hit the stitches and pulled the tube out. How big of a deal would that be? And she was like, in that hypothetical world, based on what I've seen so far, I'm not worried about it. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna go take a shower then.
Okay, what if I just
take a shower? So I actually took mine out on day 12, but I had to wear the compression vest 24 hours a day for the first 5 days. And then, but it was like a full length vest, and then I had to like pull it up.
It went like here.
Well, I had to fold mine. And so like, it was cut reasonably well.
Very inconvenient.
It was, and then when you folded it, it was like up in your armpit. So
Yeah,
like,
the like armpit chafing.
oh my god, it was so real. And I was like shoving washcloths in there and stuff.
Because I had extra, we had to buy more of the ABS pads that are like a thicker pad that my friend who works in surgery told me about.
Yeah, I got like a big swag bag full of them, but what I ended up doing was going to...
The ones they gave us were like thin gauze pads, and these were like nice little thick boys.
I got a little bit of both right after I got the thick ones, and then at my 5-day I got the thinner ones. But I didn't like either of those because with the Penrose drains, because it was just like sticking right out of my skin and into the dressing, the spot where it touched the dressing, like it all just would pool there. There was nothing to kind of like, I know, but there was nothing to kind of like wick it away and like.
Did you have like the gross blood clots then that you just saw? You didn't see them because it just went into the. Because, like, sometimes clots or, like, tissue would, like, get in, like, the line.
Oh, I didn't have anything like that. But that wouldn't bother me, because, like, when I had a period, I used, like, a disc or a cup.
I didn't think I would, and I was like, that was what got me. It was, like, when it gets,
yeah.
And my mom was very squeamish, and she ended up being the one who had to help me, and it was, like.
My drains were, like, big around.
Oh, mine weren't huge. They were pretty, like. It was about the diameter of the tube, which was pretty small, like smaller than a straw.
Oh, mine were bigger than a straw. Mine were like smoothie straws.
Damn.
Yeah. But they were really, really soft. And like, it was actually pretty big around. It was like.
So it had lots of space for stuff to exit.
But then it was like folded in half. And then put in. So then when it came out, like, it kind of flared.
Ah, okay.
But there was lots of room for stuff to come out.
But
But
it's like a tampon that goes.
sort of. But then like inside it was like.
Oh, so the tube was like super long?
Yeah, it was very long. It was like.
That's what I thought I had, the tube that was like way over here, and then it was only like maybe like this big, I think.
Oh, I took a picture of mine. Mine was like.
When it came out?
Yeah, it was like that. But it was super soft. Yeah.
I wonder if that's partially why you have like the little dense pieces from like maybe like the scar tissue was like healing around the.
Yeah, that was really
pipe.
like. That was what had started to happen because I was texting my friend and was like, you know those like vacuum sealer bags that were really cool in like the 90s where they'd be like, put your pillows in here and then attach the vacuum and like.
That's still really big on the internet and some circles of TikTok and YouTube.
I believe that.
There's this fucking vacuumation or like travel hacks, and then it's like, then to get it home, are you also gonna bring the fucking sealer? How, what?
No. But it felt like somebody had put Legos in one of those.
Oof.
And then, like, sucked all the air out. Which, like, the tubes were really soft, so I don't know why it felt that, like, hard. But it was rough, and I was like, I can't move anymore because I feel like it's just vacuum packed around my tubes. And my friend was like, yeah, so all of the like fluid and stuff is gone, so you don't have any like cushions anymore, so that's pretty much literally what's happening, and your body's starting to heal around it. So when you move and it pulls,
It's literally pulling
on, like, yeah. So when I took them out on the day I was totally supposed to,
listen to your surgeon. Unless they
yes.
suck.
My surgeon did not suck. I liked my surgeon. But 14 days is the longest.
It's a long time.
Like, I'm in all the top surgery support forums, and I was like, nobody has these for 14 days.
I didn't realize there was, like, extra top surgery forums. I just, like, posted a little bit in, like, a non-binary social space.
Oh.
Facebook group. There was someone else who got surgery, and I was like, we got it on the same day!
Yeah, I was in several.
Did you have the purple gown? The purple 3M gown for your, like, hospital gown? It was, like, lavender lilac. This is my favorite color, purple. And I saw other people who had top surgery, like, around the country, and they had the same one. And I was like,
but, like, I wasn't in a hospital.
Mine was, like, in a surgical center.
Mine was in, like, this guy's office. Like, he's a plastic surgeon. He also does, like, Botox and BBLs and body contouring and all that kind of thing. So it was very much like a dentist's office. Like, it was freestanding and not very big. You went into the waiting room, and then he had a couple of little rooms. One was his office. He had, like, a consult room, a surgical suite, and I think he had, like, another room or two.
So he's independent. He's not, like, a hospital system.
Right.
Okay, yeah, because me and Wes's are in, like, the hospital system of whatever its name is now.
Corwell
/ Spectrum.
Yeah.
They're like, dude, we take your, what's insurance do? I'm like, well, it's a Spectrum hospital, so I hope my Spectrum health plan works here, otherwise I'm gonna lose my shit over how stupid that is.
Yeah. My surgeon just doesn't accept cash, or doesn't accept insurance. It's all cash. But, like, when I heard horror stories about people's surgeries just not getting paid for after they thought they were going to.
Terrifying.
Yeah, and, like, even Wes's, since he had to pay for the anesthesia, he ended up with, like, a $5,000 bill.
I think the anesthesia costs more than the surgery.
That's often the case. But, like, I was just...
I mean, I understand why they're paid so well, because that's some scary shit, but I was like, I stopped smoking weed at 6 weeks out. I stopped doing edibles, like, almost a week out. Or, like, and, like, I took this amount. I took, like, 5 milligrams because I was on my period on Sunday a couple of days ago.
That's so low.
I wasn't supposed to be in the window, and I was, like, making sure I told him, because I am not trying to fucking wake up during surgery.
Nope.
Not trying
thank you.
And, like, less stress on your, like, the smoking, but it doesn't make sense because they want less stress on your lungs when I have asthma and you're intubated.
Yeah. I didn't have a sore throat when I woke up, did you?
I did. I'm trying to talk, my voice got hoarse when I was trying to, like, talk and record stuff or keep talking. I
didn't have any sore throat at all, but
like
when I woke up...
But I have really big tonsils.
Oh, I don't have tonsils.
I have... Every time, especially when I have a new dentist, they're like, wow, you have really large tonsils. And I'm like, yeah, and I've never had tonsillitis or any kind of...
I don't think that's real wood. That's plaster. You're SOL.
Is this real wood?
Yes, that's cedar. Knock on the cedar chest.
Knock on the cedar.
Yeah, I had my tonsils and adenoids out when I was a kid, so maybe that's why.
I had my wisdom teeth out.
But, like, I woke up in a chair, which was weird. Maybe it was, like, the Jesus thing that they could, like, put the sides down. Like, maybe it converted.
Maybe it was, like, a wee-woo.
Yeah. Is that a real thing? A wee-woo?
Yeah, wee-woo. You know, where the table, like, comes up and down.
Is that actually what it's called?
No.
Oh, okay.
That's just me.
Yeah, it might have been a wee-woo.
Because I had a chiropractor growing up, and the table would be up. And then you'd, like stand on and put your arms on the thing, and then go. So then when I started seeing chiropractors up here, and I started working for one, you have to just like lay down on it and like
Uh-huh.
prostrate yourself down awkwardly and try to like get up and down. And I'm like, what is this BS? And then the chiropractor I see now, I haven't seen him since before surgery. I need to make. I think I got sick or something and had to cancel my appointment. And then I just forgot to make a new one.
But you probably haven't needed chiropractic in the same
But
way.
then I was like, I want to wait because I don't want to like get an adjustment too soon.
Mhm.
But now I'd probably be fine.
Yeah. But I woke up.
I'm gonna stop recording just because battery.
Battery.
Because I still have to be home.
Yeah, that's true.